Good morning, I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. Today I've got another installment of my basic series. This one is volume 8. If you're a veteran home chef or a beginning home cook, don't move. I've got tips, tricks, and tastes for sauces next on SoFlo Taste. How fun is that? Good morning all, I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein and I'm in my digs here at the Goya Kitchen in the Culinary Lab at Florida Education Institute. Welcome all to SoFlo Taste here in Coral Gables. How is your kitchen IQ? And how are you with sauces? Well, you don't have to answer because I found out that we all, and I mean all, can always learn something new when it comes to sauces, even me. So let's get learning and cooking. I really wanted to teach you how to make a pan sauce today, and that would be searing something, whether it's a protein or a vegetable, and then turning that into a sauce with what sticks to the pan. I'm gonna start out by starting to sear the chicken skin on the thighs because I want that to cook about 80% of the time on the skin side, and it takes a little bit. So I have a little oil going here in this pan. I'm gonna turn that to like a medium-low heat, and I'm gonna put these chicken thighs skin side down. So you don't want to crowd your pan when you're cooking chicken thighs, so I'm only going to add 3 here because that's really what fits well in this pan. As you can see, if I add one more, it's going to drop the temperature and you're just not going to get the sear that you want to get. I'll season that in a little bit, but for now, let's just let that be happy over there, rendering the fat. The first dish that I'm actually going to make you from beginning to end is a beautiful braised shrimp. Nice and simple, just some tomatoes, aromatics, and a little dry sherry. I got these gorgeous Key West pinks from my friends at Milam's Market, and they want me to remind you they are ground zero for your football tailgate or watch party, because these family-owned and operated markets have been doing it for 40 years. Whether it's the Dolphins, Canes, Golden Panthers, or Owls, Milam's have assorted platters, fresh-made salsas and salads, and craft beers ready for kickoff. Join them at milamsmarket.com, and all the best to your team from Milam's Markets and me, of course. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this very simple, quick, but delicious shrimp dish. I'm going to start out by cutting some little cherry tomatoes in half, and I've shown you this once before, but I love this little trick. You know these containers from takeout soups and stuff? Well, you can use these or pretty much anything that works like this. A lot of your closable containers do this too. And you just put the lid on the top of it like so to hold it steady, and then you cut these right in half all at once, and it saves you tons of time. And there you go. They're all perfectly in half like that. So we've got our tomatoes cut. I have a little bit of shallot and garlic, and you want everything prepared because you don't want to overcook your shrimp. So these are Key West pinks, as I said before, and it would be such a shame to overcook them. So I'm going to go ahead and cook my shrimp in a little bit of oil and butter together. This is olive oil. It is a very kind of straightforward, everyday olive oil. Add a tablespoon of butter and let that foam up. Go ahead and season your shrimp, and we're going to make everything in this pan rather quickly. So after you season your shrimp really nicely, salt and pepper, anything you like. If you want them to be spicy, you can add a little bit of either cayenne, red chili flake. It's totally up to you. I'm keeping it a little simple right now. So the first thing you're going to do is begin searing your shrimp. And I really like to stick to the one pan you're cooking your protein in, so that when you're adding any liquids to it, you're scraping off all the good, what we call fond, which is the stuff that sticks to the bottom of the pan, that shrimp's pieces, or whether it's a fish or whatever it is you're cooking, that flavor will be sticking onto that pan. So to release that flavor, we're gonna add a liquid. Okay, these have good color now. Let's go ahead and take these out of the pan because we don't want to overcook them. And I'm gonna try to keep a little bit of the fat in the pan. Put it back on the heat. Let's add some chopped up shallot, some chopped garlic, the tomatoes that we cut together. And can you see all the sticky stuff on the bottom of the pan? Can you see all the stuff that's stuck to the bottom of the pan is there? And that's the goodness we're gonna pick up with a little liquid. So now that we can smell the aromatics, the shallot and the garlic, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of dry Spanish sherry. It's not sherry vinegar. A lot of times, even with my chefs, I tell them sherry and they give me vinegar. It's not vinegar, it's dry sherry, the kind that you can actually sip. So this, adding the sherry, or really any type of liquid, will pick up all that flavor that I keep talking about, and you want it to reduce pretty hard. We're gonna burn out the alcohol in it because the alcohol actually causes sauces sometimes to be a little bitter, and we wanna get rid of that. As you can see, our chicken is starting to render, and look how nice and slow it's going. We have little bubbles around it. And rendering, by the way, means basically melting the fat away and causing it to really crisp up beautifully. And I'm gonna reduce this sherry until it's basically gone. I have a little bit of chicken stock. Now, obviously, if you have lobster stock or shrimp stock or fish stock around in your freezer, this is the time to pull it out and use it. But chicken stock on this recipe, it'll be beautiful. So add a little bit of that. Now it's time to season the pan. A little bit of salt, a little pepper. And we're almost about to add the shrimp back in, but not yet. We want this chicken stock to reduce a little bit more because we don't want the time of reduction to be longer than the cooking time of the shrimp. As you can see, the shrimp are almost fully cooked. You see how they're already curling up? So we know that they will only take another minute in this sauce. So you want the sauce to be almost done. So just so you know, the reason why, and I'm talking about the chicken here, the reason why skin sticks to a stainless pan like this is because it hasn't released yet. If you go to pick this up right now, all of the skin would be sticking to the pan. And the reason is it hasn't fully crisped up and released. As it crisps, it starts to release itself, and you didn't go it into a pan, obviously, that had gotten high enough and it didn't fully render. So until it's fully rendered, it's not gonna release, just so you know. If you look at the bubbles, and you can tell that the bubbles are getting a little thicker and big like that, you can tell that it's all, our reduction is almost there to where this will stick to the back of a spoon, and that is called nappe. So if you put the spoon into the sauce, lift it up, and you put your finger through it, and you can see the fact that your finger went through it, which you can here, that means we're ready to go. I love that. All right, so let's add the shrimp back and all the juices that might have collected from that shrimp. Little piece of butter, I would say maybe a quarter of a tablespoon to a half a tablespoon. Some finely chopped parsley. Toss this around a little bit. And this is all perfect timing because it's sticking to the shrimp, which is exactly what I'd hoped for, because we let it reduce. We gave it a chance to reduce, and now our shrimp is done cooking. Immediately take it away from the heat. Serve it in your favorite dish. This would go beautifully with pasta, rice, couscous, quinoa, a bed of vegetables, or on its own. And there you have it, our first hand sauce of the day, shrimp glazed with yumminess. Come back for more, because I've got more from the Goya Kitchen and the Culinary Lab at Florida Education Institute. So come on back, because I will be waiting for you.
Come back to the Goya Kitchen at the Culinary Lab at Florida Education Institute. Chef Michelle and the food. This is SoFlo Taste. It's a Milam's Markets Minute. Here's Melinda Harper.
So it seems as everything in Milam's is big and bold, and this wine section is no different.
Well, while other retailers may have a section, for us, it's the winery. We have over 2,000 bottles for sale here, different varieties, different price points, from value wines to ultra premium wines. Every single day, you could have a different wine for over 5 years.
Oh, that's me. Do that.
Well, hopefully we can help you find what you're looking for, but everything is organized so that it's a little bit easier to find. We have all sorts of specials you can take advantage of in store, and you have to check out our sparkling wine section. The options there for whatever occasion, our sparkling wine is definitely something to check out.
So if you're looking for something for a special occasion, maybe a date night at home, or you want to just curl up with a bottle or glass of wine and watch a good movie, you gotta come to Milam's.
Come check out our variety. If you can't shop our store, shop online. Like with everything else here at Milam's, it can be delivered to you. Let us bring the best to you at milamsmarkets.com.
Well, Lee, looks like I'm all stocked up. Thanks. See you later.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste and our show all about all the things we can learn in the kitchen, right? Pan sauces. This is kind of a fun day. This is what I love to do. By the way, we are located in the heart of Coral Gables. The Florida Education Institute's Culinary Arts program offers students a unique education that focuses on the international culinary fundamentals. In just months, you can graduate from the FEI Culinary Arts program, begin your exciting new career on the dynamic SoFlo culinary scene. For more information, visit fei.edu/culinary-arts. All right, everyone, let's jump into the chicken recipe. This has been at least, what do you think, guys, about 12, 15 minutes that the chicken's been rendering? About that, right? Okay, guys, thank you. So, as I can see, this is about, it's definitely more than halfway cooked. So let's flip it over. Look at this gorgeous crispy skin, just so good. And this is really good fat. Now, we don't want all that fat in our sauce. However, I wouldn't mind pouring just a little bit over our chicken just for now and let it run down the chicken and get nice and happy. So look at all the crispy goodness on my pan. What do you remember what I called this, students? This was called fond. So we are gonna release all that yummy stuff, but we're gonna add, again, aromatics to it. So we're gonna start again with some garlic and some shallots and grapes. I love chicken and grapes together. I'm gonna add some white wine to it, so why not? So let's shake this up. So let's add the wine, which will pick up all that goodness on the bottom. We're gonna let that wine totally reduce down. We're gonna add the chicken back in here a little bit earlier this time. So I'm gonna tuck my chicken, but remember, we have crispy skin, so we don't wanna get the crispy skin wet. And by the way, when you go to sear your chicken, make sure your skin is really, really, really dry. Because if your skin is humid or wet at all, you're never gonna have crispy skin. We're learning lots of stuff today. I'm leaving the chicken skin side up, not touching it with any water or moisture or wine. Let's go ahead and very carefully add our chicken stock to this side of the pan. All right. So once that chicken stock reduces down to that nice thick glaze like we had with the shrimp, we'll finish it with a little bit of lemon and butter. Come right back so we can finish this off and we can jump into my next pan sauce. So enjoy these Basics 101 Volume 8 while you're watching SoFlo Taste on Channel 10, and please come back. Stay tuned to SoFlo Taste. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. Did you miss my previous 7 basics shows? Well, they are all available on the SoFlo Shows webpage. Just scan this quick response code for a quick trip to the informative SoFlo Shows page with SoFlo Home Project and SoFlo Health there too. You'll also see this QR code on the ingredient list throughout the show. Now back to my Basics 101 Volume 8. All right, everybody, we've had a beautiful reduction. I added like maybe half of a tablespoon of butter just to thicken this up really nicely. I would love to add for you just a touch of lemon just to finish it off. Let's season that with salt and pepper. I have removed the chicken and placed it on a plate. And all we need to do is shake this up a little bit, grab a spoon, and sauce plate. So I don't know if you can tell, our grapes started to burst, which is so great. The skin starts coming off of them and they become beautifully soft. You still have remaining chicken sauce on the bottom, a little bit of that stock and the white wine. Finish this with a little bit of herbs. So I'll use a scissor and get a little bit of tarragon and a little bit of Italian parsley here. Right over the top, because those are the herbs that I love with this dish. Just little tiny pieces scattered, maybe some crunchy salt over the top of the chicken. And there you have it, a gorgeous way to make crispy skin chicken, but most importantly, a beautiful pan sauce to go with it. Let's go ahead and set that aside. And my last dish is going to be a different kind of pan sauce. This is going to be a brown butter. Now, brown butter goes with pretty much, to me, everything in the whole wide world. But today I'm going to show you kind of a more traditional fish dish topped with a pan sauce. So I'm going to do a skinless piece of snapper. And let's go ahead and season that up. And you really need a hot pan for this, because if not, it is going to stick like you would not imagine. For this dish, I'm going to use a little bit of fresh dill. I've got orange segments, just a little touch of shallot, and then of course it is called brown butter, so we are going to be using butter. So I was just seasoning the fish, salt and pepper, and I'm going to finish the brown butter with a little bit of lemon, which you don't have to do for all brown butter sauces, by the way. Go ahead and add some oil to this pan, and as you can see, this pan is hot. It's smoking, so let's add the fish to it. Presentation side always down, and as you notice, I'm pushing the fish away from me, because if I were to lay it down in the pan this way, it would all splatter oil towards me, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Always shake your pan when you add like a piece of fish or something delicate, because this will ensure you no stickage. Fish should always be cooked on one side and not the other, and then placed in an oven or somewhere kind of delicate to finish the cooking process. If it's dried out and crisp on both sides, you don't enjoy the lovely creaminess of the fish. So let's flip that over. Beautiful crispy skin. Place this, remember what I did before with the oil, with the fat? We're gonna do the same thing. Place this right into the oven. By the time our sauce is ready, so will our fish. Put that pan back on the heat. So go ahead and add butter to the pan. And this is only one piece of fish. I don't have to go really too crazy with half a pound of butter. So like I said, I've got lemon, I've got orange, I've got a little bit of shallot. Most importantly, don't stop shaking this pan. We're looking for nuttiness. We're looking for this to brown, but not burn. So this is almost there. As it almost gets there, I'm going to go ahead and add some shallots to it. I'm going to season those shallots with a little bit of salt and a little pepper. Take some dill, chop it up a little bit. Not too much. Beautiful. Keep shaking this pan. You will get all this foaminess. That's great. That's exactly what you want. I have this on a medium-low right now. I'm looking for a good golden brown color, which it's still a little light. Okay, I'm going to shut off my heat. As it starts to cool, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice. This works beautifully on any type of seafood, by the way, any kind of a fish that you love. It also is delicious for veal and chicken. Let's add some fresh oranges. And then our dill. Beautiful. Okay, this is the perfect time. Take a quick break, come right back. We'll put this together. So I'll see you right back, taste buds, on the one and only Local 10. SoFlo Taste will return right after this. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. We are doing our sauce show and our fish is ready in the oven. And it is beautiful. Delicately using my fish spatula. Place that onto a plate. And let's go ahead and grab this beautiful citrus brown butter. You know what? I'm just going to pour it right on. Pretty nice, right? And you saw how simple that was? Just delicious. Well, have I broadened your kitchen IQ at all? Well, I sure hope so. It's always good to learn more ways to make your food better and to be more efficient by making it. Next week, I'm burgering it up. I'm honoring the burger. I'm putting it smack in the middle of my spotlight and giving it all my love. It's a burger bombast on the next SoFlo Taste. Now let's check in with Hunter Franke, the host, of course, of SoFlo Health. Good morning, Hunter. What have you got for us next?
Hey there, Michelle. Join us tomorrow on SoFlo Health at a local food bank to find out what they're doing for Hunger Action Month. We'll even see how they're preparing fresh food to get that food to people that can't even go get it themselves. Plus, we learn about some technology that can scan your feet to find the perfect fit for you. It's all right here at 12:30 p.m. on the one and only Local 10 for SoFlo Health tomorrow.
Awesome. We cannot wait. So, Taste Buzz, thanks for spending time with me. I'll see y'all here next week. Goodbye. Mwah. And very good taste. Da da da.